Mecca like a high, Mecca hiney ho.
Sure.
Mecca like a high, Mecca shiny ho. With a black shirt on, I just like a floating head like Zombie. And it's kind of like all I want with my life. I just want to be a floating head, Matt. Is that so wrong?
No.
I just want to be a genie inside of a box.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
Why not?
Pretty metal. Matthew, how are you this morning?
I'm not too bad.
Looking good. You were looking good yesterday. So, you could have either that or just talked over you. What'd you say?
Fake it till you make it, I guess.
Hell yeah. So we are, because of calendar. Man, I don't know what's going on with my mouse. So whenever I try to do anything that's like a slide, it just keeps going. Oh. So it took me 20 minutes to get the time set correctly for this, because it kept just going to like 10:45 and wouldn't let me change it to 10 o'clock. So I was like, what the fuck? So I'm not sure what's going on. Why everything with a slide or a drop down is being a pain in the ass. Anywho. So we're 2 weeks out. So there's a couple things I wanted to touch upon today.
2 weeks out from what now?
Next game.
Yeah.
Poopy buttholes. Here we go.
Well, before we get into it, it is crazy times for resets at Target, and so things are popping.
Oh shit! You got that Master Grayskull Splinter. That's fucking cool, man.
So that's for you.
He looks incredible.
He does. I can't tell if he's. Okay, yeah, he's the same height as the normal one. He just looked bigger in the package.
Yeah. He looks broad.
This is one that I think that when it hits clearance, you could probably use some extras of, just because
hell yeah, lots of parts.
He's got them mouse feet.
And he's also got the metal body in there too.
Yep, kind of that wizardy cloak. The drape thing.
Oh my god. Oh crap! Hold on, I just threw some on the floor.
You just did what?
I just threw a bunch of shit on the floor. I was all like, "Let me show you this thing, Matt," and then it just literally launched a bunch of stuff on the floor.
Been there, like, I'm gonna move some stuff around. Oh no, I'm going to bump into this shelf.
This.
Oh yeah.
If you ever see any of these guys still that super cheap, grab them up, because god damn, for that cape alone.
They're still at like $12, but if they go down to that next level, I will hook you up.
Because my god, but I'm still trying. I was going to ask you. Maybe we'll just talk some figures this morning too. I don't know where that hand went to. I have a hand on the floor somewhere and I can't find it.
I had to pop it open just to see.
Oh, dude, you can pop it. I hope you know, like.
Oh, I know. I just,
because if you don't know,
he comes with an alternate hand, even.
Yeah. So yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, what do you think would be a good buck for our boy's head?
Oh,
because like, I would love to put him on a Vader body, but I think the bright red against the dark red won't look very good, and also I think his skin's too dark.
Yeah,
but I think he deserves a chunk boy body.
Yeah, he probably does, but there's really not a lot of variety right now.
You know what? It never hit the floor. It was on the edge of my. It was on the edge of my chair arm.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, he's got his removable harness.
Ooh, that's a good looking harness too.
The tail pops out.
Does it really?
Yep.
I hope we start going to that more and more for
So he does have that hole in his skirt for the tail, but
I hope that they do that more for like the reptile bodies too, because I have a bunch of reptilian heads, and fuck if I could find another Whiplash body that's not like 50.
okay. So, oh yeah, you're gonna yeah.
I'm gonna shut myself over this.
Well, no, you're
I'm
just.
I'm already pooping. Is that? Are you pooping yourself? This whole head just so much screams Motu.
Oh yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, this is. I mean, you could just like get a bunch of these and use them as like knolls or something.
Yeah, or the bodies. Does he have hair?
He's got the hair torso, hair lower legs,
Okay, perfect.
hair forearms. He's got
Good, because that would be good for like the AWOC heads I have that I haven't put on
the longer Beastman forearms.
I never noticed Beastman has longer forearms.
But because I mean, it's cool. I'm gonna let's see here.
You're cool.
So I'll just show you on Macho.
Ooh, yeah, dig it.
It's just like a tunic.
It's plastic, like it's like a
it's a plastic tunic, and it clasps in the front.
Oh fuck yes! How does it clasp?
It's just some like little square pegs.
Nice.
That's Jessica or whatever her name is.
Nice bag.
And then yeah, the skirt is got the.
That skirt's great.
Yeah, the bummer obviously is the hole in the back, but you could put it like a pouch or something over that.
Or just say it's for pooping.
Yeah.
It's my pooping pouch. Damn, that looks good.
So yeah, that's got some versatility. And then yeah, I mean, I even kind of like that.
I love that fucking spear slot. It's kind of a halberd almost.
It comes apart. And I like that it's like a shortened, like, spear version of the Sword of He.
That's amazing. I like that very much.
You like it very much?
I like it. I like boob blocking very much.
And yeah, he's got an alternate kind of Manos-y hand.
I'm also trying to track down a Dolph Lundgren style He-Man head, and I found a bunch of them because this head won't cut it, and the head I sent home with you definitely won't cut it.
Yeah.
God, that head is so shit. I'm sorry.
It's not a good head. Even just as like a generic dude. And then and then he's got this pimp ass cape.
Is it cloth or is it plastic?
It's plastic.
Yeah. I was like, man, I bet they're not going to go soft goods like they did with King Grayskull.
No, but yeah, it's got the fur collar, which is a separate piece from the rest of the cape, so you could.
I do like that. Yeah, that figure's loaded.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, Super Spike, thank you for joining us.
I got a couple new heads in the mail. If you want to see them,
sure.
I showed off a bunch of heads last week. This finally came, and you're right, it's fucking beautiful. Nice. So I have to get my hands on a Stratos body, I think, or I'm gonna have to repaint a Beastman body, and then this.
Well, what color body do you need?
I don't know. That's the thing. I've seen him have a bluish body, and I've seen him have a gray body. I think I was just going to go with gray Stratos body.
Okay, because I still see. I mean, there's definitely Filmation Stratoses out there, and I still see.
That's the blonde body, right?
No, that's mini comic Stratos.
Oh, but there's no hair on mini comic Stratos.
Or on Filmation. Yeah, no, I don't think there is.
If those ever go down, I will take some because that color gray is also. I
didn't know they were doing this with this. Oh.
Huh. With what? Also, this is why I think I need a chub body for Sultan, because that's a big old boy belt.
So just popping it on, if it works. Yeah, they gave Metal Botto. Let's see if I can get a good angle on it. He's got the moving gears.
Then why couldn't we just got that with Roboto? Because you can't take Roboto's head off.
I'm guessing it was a price point thing. And he also, I don't have a Metal Botto head, but it looks like he's got the gearing in there so that the mouth will do the.
Well, maybe.
But yeah, so then he's got the chest plate that pops on. So
that's cool.
And then his shell shield thing.
That's fucking cool.
So I guess once you get this in hand, let me know if you want more at full price, and I will absolutely let you know when I see them.
I'll. You think if you think they're going to be available when they're cheaper, I'm all about
I think so. I mean, all of them, all the Target ones have been so far. The Walmart ones, you gotta.
Oh, because Walmart can eat a dick. All right, here's some other heads I got, Matt.
Nice.
I love this head.
Oh, that's funky.
Yeah, it's like just shapes basically, except for the hose and hose attachment.
Yeah, it's got kind of a Star Wars droid vibe.
It's kind of like got a droid Embo vibe to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is funny because I also got this one.
I also got that one.
Doesn't it look like a Trandoshan with a fin? Like I think James said it looks like a Trandoshan and Savage Dragon had a baby.
We'll see. I got it to use to make. Let's see if I can pull up a good image here.
This one.
Ooh, nice.
I love this one's got the chest comes down. And this one's fucking great.
Oh yeah.
Like with the big Mesoamerican headdress. So how difficult, Matt, would it be to make like water slide-esque features, water slide stickers of like that Jake Roberts has on his skin and the Motu?
Oh, not difficult.
Okay. Right for skull. Don't see that. Then again. Yeah, I'm really iffy on painting bodies because like I got a body that or a torso that someone painted and it's really good. It doesn't come off, but I painted stuff and it's just
it depends, you know. There's
always making shark heads too for like street sharks or just sharks. Yeah, that guy is. I can't remember if that's Mega Custom X or if that's RLB 3D.
The new like Street Sharks Origins deals.
Yeah.
And man, those are tempting.
They look great. I mean, I'm just that's not a line that I was ever in.
Oh yeah, no. For me, it's just like, oh yeah.
Why did you send me the derpiest looking fucking that guy looks like a slee stack who's real wasted.
That's cracking, man. That is Action Force.
Is it like really?
He's like a sea monster that they find and use. That's
wild.
That's what I
love it, and it's a derpiness. But yeah, that head would be perfect.
That's what I'm going to use that head for.
Oh, that's going to look super cool.
Yeah, he's because I'm into those Action Force guys a lot. Like because the first 2 waves of Action Force overseas were all like original characters and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
you should run your G.I. Joe game with.
And then they started bringing in, G.I. Joe characters and molds and stuff. But even for a while there, it was like, we're going to rename these characters. We're going to give them different backgrounds and stuff.
So I know
it turned fully into G.I. Joe.
I know I sent you those Lovecraftian versions of
the
Cobra guys. Have you seen that there's an October Guard headset out there?
No.
Yeah, they're on. I follow the guy in Etsy. I think I'll send.
Oh, I mean, like regular October Guard. Yeah, I've got a few of them actually. I just got.
Do you? They're really beautiful heads.
Yeah, I've got Dana and Horror Show and the Colonel Breakoff.
Okay.
I don't think anybody's done the rest of the team yet. I know there's a Dragonski kit out there now that just started like
I'm not a huge, like, I don't collect Black Series, but goddamn, that Dirge kit makes me want to buy a body and buy that Dirge kit because I love Dirge.
I hope they just do a Dirge at some point, but I don't know. I mean, I could see, we know Filoni's got some more stuff coming. Do you think he might just, pop him in there?
Dirge has appeared in the comics
because we know he's
recently.
We know he's probably still around in like the timeline.
He has appeared in the comics recently.
Yes, so he's at least around pre-Jedi.
Hey, I will tell you, Super Spike, I have that set, and that Cringer is one of the best fucking figures I own, period.
That Cringer is really
so much articulation. The two heads are great. Like, I've got him over with my Gray Skull stuff right now. I can't, the other head's somewhere I can't reach. It is worth it. The Atom is really cool too. It's the Filmation body, so it's a little taller. They don't have kind of the same squat leg. I don't know why they did that, but
yeah, that's weird.
Why does Mattel do anything? It's like I was ranting about this last Tuesday that the mutated Ram Man's leg inserts are different than everybody but Mosquito's.
Oh,
so I'm gonna have to find a way to fix the legs for my like Ram Man guy I'm building. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet.
It's doable, but
yeah, I'm just gonna have to drill them out. I think I'm just gonna take a pair of boots and drill them out. Hey, hey now. If that happens, Dave Filoni and I will have words. I don't think they've ever said how the Jedi reproduce. I was just like, this to me makes more sense. I think Dirge shows up at some point. We also got to remember Dirge was not a Filoni creation. That was a Genndy Tartakovsky.
Tartakovsky, yeah, but I don't know. Filoni seems to just like pulling that stuff out. So
hell yeah. I haven't watched The Acolyte yet, and people are hating it, but I did see the last little reveal at the very end of the last episode, and that does make me very giddy.
It's fine overall. I'm not gonna. Whenever you get around to it, we can discuss.
I know enough about it. I'm not really.
Well, yeah, it's more just
me. Like, I will look at spoilers because honestly, I will forget most of it because my brain doesn't hold it.
It's more just to appreciate, whatever kind of nuance.
So spoilers, real quick. Just spoilers for the next 5 minutes, starting now. You get Darth Plagueis at the end, like just creeping. Fuck yeah.
Maybe. We don't know, I guess.
Oh, that's Plagueis. It's the same race. Why would they do that if it's not Plagueis?
Yeah,
but we don't get the guy who is Plagueis' master, whose name escapes me right now, who's a Bith. Tenebris? I think it was Dark Tenebris was Plagueis' master.
I don't know.
Yeah, so who's a Bith who looks super cool with the breather on.
Oh, okay. No, it was intended by the director to be.
Yeah, Plagueis.
Yeah.
I like the head, and a lot of people were
I guess so.
A lot of people were saying that this might be the beginning of the Knights of Ren. And I love that idea. Because the Knights of Ren aren't Sith, they're just Darksiders.
Yes.
And whoever takes charge, much like Mandalore, they become Ren. Hence Kylo Ren, which also makes people feel like Kylo Ren really isn't Sith. Because also his eyes don't grow creepy. Ooh. Anyway, spoilers off. Nobody cares. This leads me to my first little note here. Chit changes. For those who don't know, I'm losing at least one player in 2 of my games, possibly 2. This means like Scum and Villainy is definitely potentially going to go on long-term hiatus. Which, unless I can find a couple more players, which I think it's going to have to be filled with something else now due to wanting to make sure one of the players has something going on. I know how much they love playing games, so I might have to figure another game out for them in particular. Because that's the only game they play in, and I don't want to leave them high and dry. And then D&O will be changing, and that is I'm losing one of my long-term players, someone who played all the way back in Domains of Dread, which fucking Domains of Dread, I didn't realize it was over 5 years ago we were playing that game. And parts of Domain of Dread literally just led into DNO. So technically you can look at Domains of Dread as like a prequel. And fuck me, I didn't realize it's been that long. That's wild.
Yeah.
I think it's actually more like 6 years ago.
I mean, it's cool that you've had stuff running that long, but
it's weird. It's weird to think back about that and go, because Domains has a definitive end, like it ends.
Yeah.
In fact, like some people who, like some of my friends who watch all that shit are like, that's the best thing you've ever done. It's like the end of Domains of Dread. I think it's pretty good. I think Domains as a whole is good because it had like once that the group we were running for, the larger channel was like, hey, we're switching gears. You can switch this game or, probably you're going to want to leave the channel. I was like, okay, I need an ending, and was able just to throw together an ending, and it turned out to be very good. But I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. Any suggestions on maybe a different game to run in between there so I can keep Hidden Path every other month, but yet still have a game that might appeal to that person? Because like I have a feeling I'm going to lose 2 players rather than one, just because the player that's hasn't told me if they're leaving or not is they're the spouse of the player who's leaving. And there's nothing bad. This person just is like, this work has been wild.
I need the
I gotta step away.
Yeah.
And the reason I want to hiatus Scum and Villainy is because that character is like kind of the linchpin of that whole group.
Sure.
And they're the one with the ship. So, it's kind of ugh. And then we talked about it with DNO. We feel like we can just go because characters kind of drop in and out.
Yeah.
This is that player's third character, for God's sakes. So but I'm trying to think of like what would be a good game to kind of maybe as like the backup.
Sure.
I just don't know,
Yeah.
I'm having problems thinking of like they're a horror guy like I am, but I just, so I guess what I'm saying is I would take some suggestions or some solicitations, I guess. Let me put this down. Might be going on hiatus, looking for a game to potentially fill that slot for the time period. Hellboy might be a good one.
Yeah.
The only thing I worry about that is I feel really uncomfortable with running something where I'm still just not feeling super confident with the rules. And they're 5e, but there's so much extra shit dropped on it. The other thing I worry about Hellboy is, like, I'm still going to run it at some point, is it's supposed to be very mission contained. So it's supposed to be like an adventure is a mission, which is a session. And I don't know how much I want to extrapolate out. And I don't know. Like I said, I'm having problems wrapping my head around it. I thought about doing Dragon Stew, which is also 5e. It's far more like Delicious in Dungeon-esque and more, I guess, more laid back. Can't do more Chaos Scar. Currently, I only have 2 people who are playing regularly. I almost didn't run this month because only 2 players, but those 2 players I think would probably start concocting plans to murder me in my sleep if I didn't run. So even though they play in like everything else, they like those characters. So, and it looks like Ryan might have to make a new character because he might die horribly in the Feywild. He is running for his life currently. God, that was so good. It's one of those times where it comes down to a dice roll, and the dice roll, and most of the time those dice rolls go the player's way, it feels like. And you're like, hell yeah. And this time it didn't. I was like, oh no, I don't even know what I want to do with this. So I'm going to drag it out a little bit. In the planning, you're going to have to be more specific, Sleeper Spike.
Oh.
Because if that's you saying you might jump in,
I think he might say that. I think he's saying that if you were to stop, he would also be disappointed. But I mean,
planning by device. Okay, fair.
But I you can take it the other way,
dude. It's you're playing a first level. It's
yeah.
It's just it's meant, if you die, you die. Who gives a fuck? It should be accessible. Last episode was a good example of players being in a situation where they were completely and utterly outgunned. And if they would have just picked the fight, they would have both got fucking slaughtered. But they did something a little bit surprising, and I decided to give them a little bit of an out because they also exchanged food and chatted up the son. Mm-hmm. Who I initially was planning on them just being a big dumb galoot, but once we started talking about food, I decided, well, maybe the son's got like a culinary thing, and then it turned into exchange of food and kind of you might be able to get me out of this situation I do not enjoy. So here, I'm going to give you my finger so you can regrow me outside of the Feywild because I'm a troll. I'm a literal troll. The mechanics aren't hard. When you know what, I'll tell you this, Super Spike.
Nobody's gonna jump down.
With that group too, those 2 players, they're going to be so excited to help and want you to have fun that it's not going to matter. Like I have people that I play with who definitely would make that an unpleasant experience. None of them on stream. I won't game with those people on stream. So I don't game with those people very often at all anymore. Hey, by the way, Matt, next Saturday after walk, what do you got going on?
I don't know yet. What's up?
We're going to bust out the Mo2 board game.
Oh.
You want in?
I will see where my week takes me. I'll certainly consider it, yes.
Yeah, I haven't busted it out yet. Doug was like, we're playing a game next week, so I think it's going to be a Mo2 board game.
Nice.
I'm very excited about it. I sent him, and I can send you too all the rules and stuff as I have them digital. So I have them in a Dropbox file. In fact, I'll just do that right now while we're chit-chatting. What a chit-chatty day we're having. A rainy chit-chat day.
Yeah, just chit-chat.
We chat. So one thing also, more ideas, keep them going. I was thinking something a little more like maybe like a Powered by the Apocalypse style game.
Yeah.
Because those are so fucking easy.
You can just jump right in on those. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 dice. I don't roll anything, and it's very, very loose. Sorry, let me put this in. Also, I know that James and Doug are going to be playing some Star Wars board game stuff here pretty soon, and I would like to be in on that. So you should probably talk to them too. I know one of them they're playing online because they don't either of them own the game, but there's like it's on something. And then the card game. I don't know if James bought you a copy, but I feel like he bought everybody a copy because he's in love with that game. So anyway, Dragon Stew, Hellboy, any games like you are like, you know, let's do this. Let's make it easy on ourselves.
Are you gonna pull up the big old?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the other games folder. Let's just look at that and see if there's anything that jumps out at us. Where's our make bigger? Too big. Okay, big enough. So you see something that looks interesting, point it out. Like, aw dang Mothman. What is this one? Is it just called Aw Dang Mothman?
Aw dang Mothman. The dang old Mothman.
We need to get back to All Out of Bubblegum at some time. Tom McGrobo. I'd love to do Bluebeard's Bride, but I'm not real comfortable with it because it's like very, very out there. I haven't yet, but if I don't have those two players, it doesn't matter. Because I'd be down to two players, and one of them already plays in Hidden Path.
Yeah.
So I would be doing this other game for Colin, basically. So I would probably also elicit ideas from Colin. Solicit, I guess, not elicit.
Well, now, I mean, with the players that may be leaving, does that
one's leaving for sure, and one's right. I feel like is a pretty close.
Right. Does that make it more likely that there are other people who might then be interested in joining?
I don't know. But I also kind of feel like, you know, really, if Colin really wanted to keep playing Star Wars, I could move him to Hidden Path. He would just need to make an interesting character.
Sure.
Let me write Colin real quick. Goes on hiatus. Anyway, I just love this one's called Commons Rider. I've also been interested in running a cowboy game lately.
Oh.
Electrocute War Adventures is something that intrigues me because it's basically Transformers.
There's definitely
there's a few people stoked about Dragon Stew. James brought it up yesterday, and Cassandra has brought it up. I'd definitely be interested in doing that just because I think it could be a lot of fun. Did you watch Delicious in Dungeon, Matt?
I haven't yet.
It's really good.
It's definitely on my radar.
It's such just a very fun show with periodic moments of extreme darkness.
It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We don't have Netflix currently, but we will be getting it again at some point.
Gaslands, I think, might be a miniature game. Not a...
Gaslands is miniatures, yes.
Yeah, why is it in this folder? I'm going to move it. But I also been kind of wanting to run a Mad Max style game.
Okay.
I think you could probably easily move those into the same fucking thing. Same thing with like Henshin or Collins Rider. I do love me that type of. I've also thought about if I were a Lich Man. Lichdom's a single player like journaling game. I picked up this liminal horror stuff I'm very interested in, but yeah, Warrior, we've kind of realized in two of the games he plays it currently, it's all about meat.
I almost
I
feel
would
like
love to play in Masks. I don't think I would run it.
I almost feel like if you were to do like a Western thing, like a Sixth Gun sort of horror fantasy Western sort of thing could be.
Yeah, I think there might even be a Sixth Gun RPG.
There is.
Is there? Do I have it?
But you also might want to just then find whatever the closest PBTA version of it is, because
there's a couple cowboy games. I think I would want the Sixth Gun RPG game just to pull stuff from.
Yeah.
Also been wanting to run a Gamma World game, but I want to run a Gamma World like short game. And I want to use Gamma World that came out when 4th edition D&D came out. So there's this game called Night's Black Agent. I want to play it. I don't know if I actually want to run it. Because I'm not real comfortable with Gumshoe as a system. But I love the idea of you hunting Dracula.
Yes.
And it being like a worldwide conspiracy of Dracula. Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
God damn it, Spike. That's really good. Just call him the big man. You could actually, you could steal like, oh God, what is the Western that Cormac McCarthy wrote that everyone's like, oh, this is like the scariest thing ever. Blood Meridian.
You know what you need to do is you could do the like 1800s iteration of Ames.
God damn it, that's really good too. I've been kind of interested in our last best hope, which is either I can't remember if this is the one or there's another game like it, which is kind of very much like Neon Evangelon. I can never say this. Neon.
Yeah, Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah. Some of the Rust Hulks is interesting. It's like you're very much like it's got a vibe of like shipbreaking in an alien world, like Alien the movie, not Alien like Strange to You. I think Simpler Cthulhu is literally like a 1-page rule. Or very short. Yeah, it's a very, very like micro rule set. Yeah, this is it. It's like 6 pages.
Oh dang, yeah.
I wouldn't mind running some of these. I've got one too for D&D that's like simple D&D. It's like 6 pages. It's like a smush version. Simpler D&D, there it is. Slash, which is kind of like a horror game about like have you seen Fear Street?
I have not.
It's got Fear Street feel to it, where it's like Fear Street. If you haven't seen Fear Street, watch it now. It's fucking great. And apparently they're doing a sequel. It's based on books by R.L. Stein.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's shockingly good. Tales from the Loop is Collins Jam.
Oh yeah.
I love the laundry files, but I also feel like it's maybe too British to find a good entry point. The books are great. I fucking love them. I'm actually just listening to one of the audiobooks right now. Something with the Zone, but that's a DM-less game and just one-shot style. I've always threatened to run Thirsty Sword Lesbians if I could find the right group for it.
I think that would be key.
Like a good, I think I could run We Deal in Lead as a kind of the horror-esque.
Yeah.
Also, the system's pretty easy. I love Adventure. It's a D6. It's based on the D10 system. It's basically pulp superheroes.
Huh.
During the time span between World War I and World War II.
Okay. That's a fun period to play with.
Yeah.
I did like when Marvel did their weird little miniseries touching on that period.
I don't remember that. I know that John Byrne did that. The
Marvel: The Lost Generation, and that's all between.
That's between Cap going into ice and the beginning of the Marvel age.
Yes, because that time period has grown.
Yeah.
Over the years with the sliding timeline. No, what was it called? I should. Yeah, let's see here. Mystery Men was the series.
Yes.
That
I want to run Eberron Pulp Noir, which is just an Eberron game that's like Lasers and Feelings. So there's just 2 stats. Because Eberron as a setting is absolutely amazing. It's basically D&D Indiana Jones. Because it's after the Great War has ended.
Right.
One country has been completely wiped off the map. So now we're in the beginning of a Cold War. And it's an interesting world because it's not as connected to D&D proper. And it's very like pulp World War II technology through magic. So there's like trains powered by elemental magic.
Oh, okay.
There's all this. It's the setting that Warforged come from originally.
Have you ever read Aerosmith?
No, I don't think I have.
It's Kurt Busiek and
about the young girl and the dragon.
There's dragons in it. It's a kind of an alternate universe.
I'm thinking of a different.
Yeah, this is like an alternate universe take on World War I, but it's like wizards and shit instead of like air combat. You know, like planes being like the new and tanks being like the new thing. It's dragons and like golems and vampires and shit. I should lend it to you because it was him and Carlos Pacheco.
I feel like I have like a big hardback of that.
Yeah, there was two miniseries. I guess I don't know when or if it'll get continued now that Pacheco has passed and Busiek has had a migraine for 3 years, but.
I think another thing is I kind of want to run something that's not D&D. I don't know.
I mean, I guess go with that. You run a lot of D&D. If you want to not run D&D, then
I've been interested in Righteous Blood, Ruthless Blades, but at the same time, I'm a little intimidated by it just because it's not something I feel super competent with.
Mm.
I love the name of this No Country for Old Kobolds. Also, I guess it's relatively short. But at the same time, I say, oh, I kind of don't want to run. I also don't want to run like Birthright, and I want to run, I do want to run D&D. Like I'd love to run a game of Super Normal. I think it sounds great in theory. And I've watched the McElroys play it, and it was amazing. But I'm also like, I don't know if everyone would get into it the way I would want to get into it. I don't know. I'm looking. I feel like
it is, the tough thing, I suppose, is, getting all the potential players, into a single place. But it might just be a matter of, putting kind of a survey out there as far as like, what genres or types of games would you be interested in?
Yeah, I think that's.
And then try and catch some
Oh,
sort
I
of.
forgot about this game I backed so long ago. It's like a D&D Western.
No, that's a fun melange of ideas.
I couldn't remember if this game might have a card component to it, though. Have you ever played or heard of like Doomtown?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, this is a card game. You can use cards in this game instead of dice.
Okay.
Which is interesting, but since we don't really play them. Yeah, I love like the Doomtown. I can't think what the actual larger setting is called anymore.
Yeah, I can't remember.
There's a bigger like setting.
Yeah,
Doomtown.
because I remember that coming through when I was working at the comic shop.
Sorry. Someone checking in on someone, and I'm just kind of like, just keep doing what you're doing. Like there is no magic bullet.
Nope.
Also, I don't know if maybe something was said on Facebook that's causing people to. What is Aw Dang Mothman? Now I want to know. This is a one-night game. Aw Dang Mothman won't move out. He said it was just for the weekend. Yeah, this is a game we might have just had to play.
Just pop in on a.
Oh my God. When did Mothman show up? Why is Mothman here? Complications. What do you need? Mothman has another premonition. Oh, God damn it. Mothman isn't a jerk, but he is a well-meaning slob with weird powers. Oh, Jesus Christ. This game looks. I'm always so amazed by folks who come up with those little one-page games.
Yeah.
How much fun. Like All Out of Bubblegum is just so fucking great. All right. The other thing I want to talk about a little bit are the 3 pillars, not the 4 pillars.
No.
Because I can talk about the 4, in my opinion, 5 pillars of heaven forever. So D&D lists these 3 pillars as combat, social interaction, exploration. I've seen other people say that like this is not the correct wording. It should be combat, problem solving, and role playing.
Okay.
I feel like they're still pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I'm really curious as you get to set through most of this mind-numbingly weird throw up imagination. And Super Spike as the person who like watches most of this stuff, which I'm always amazed that anyone watches this stuff. And I'm very appreciative of it. Like, am I hitting the marks on this? Like, part of me the other day was thinking really about this and thinking like, am I swinging too much into one pillar and not hitting the rest?
I mean, those are the pillars, but I feel like it's really down to the players in terms of how important those are. Like, because there are people who just don't give a shit about like combat.
Yeah, I find those are fewer and farther in between.
Oh, sure, but I mean, but like
work.
I guess all these things have like a different weight.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah, and a different shelf
Depending
life as well.
depending on the group. So I think it's you got to have them, but I don't know that it's like it's not like you have to have them all in.
But I think you have to have a balance of them. I think they all need to show up in some respect.
Yes, I agree with that, but I don't think it needs to be exactly,
Oh no, I don't think it's 33.3%
yeah,
all the way across. I think that would be virtually impossible and very annoying.
yeah. You're not. It's not going to be enjoyable. I don't think so.
Sorry, I'm looking for a Chonk Boy body as we talk. So, because now I'm really intrigued to know if. Because otherwise, I might go with this Papa Shango body.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when I'm thinking about it though. If I'm very like, I feel like I do okay with the social interactions for the most part, but I also feel like, am I missing out when it comes to exploration? I feel like I do that okay, but I also feel like because my inclination is like hurry up sometimes on that, I'm just like, I don't push it very well, and then therefore it just kind of falls off and becomes such a, just a note. Oh yeah, I mean, Colin just mentioned Plangia. We deal in lead. Sci-fi, paranormal, backrooms, Twin Peak, Lovecraftian type stuff. Well, that gives me some ideas.
Yeah, that's some stuff to play with.
But yeah, I don't know. That's I don't know. I'm just like trying to figure out if I'm making the game. I don't know. I feel like in some ways, like when I looked at this, I was like, am I just asking a question that doesn't need asked and answered? Or am I actually looking for, trying to solve an issue that's actually there? You know what I mean?
I think it's a good thing to think about or to keep in mind, but I also don't know that it's like, again, it's really the kind of thing where it's up to the players if they, and sometimes they don't necessarily know what they want.
Yeah. So that's what I run into is it's sometimes A, they don't know what they want, and sometimes B, they're just like want to play. So when you ask them that, they're kind of like, I don't care.
Want to, they're not gonna necessarily say, "Oh, I wish there was more of this," or "I don't like this."
Yeah. I'm like, Cassandra's a good example of this, where I know I can ask, but what I'm probably gonna get is like, I don't get me wrong, I adore my wife to death, but if she had her way, every session would would begin and end with a fight, because she loves the combat part of it. it appeals to the way she thinks. It appeals to that.
Okay.
Like she's really good at synergistic gameplay. So she's always. Is this super loud when I'm doing
No,
this?
it's not bad.
Okay. She's
We can
always
hear it, but it's not like ridiculous.
She's looking for like how to, maximize her abilities, which
Okay,
is
so
cool. But
she's about like not the grind necessarily, but
yeah. But at the same time, she's gotten more into like the role playing stuff. She's worked really hard to like try to figure out like what makes that fun for her. And you'll notice in like, I would say like we probably see this more in Chaos Guard than anything else, where she's very much like got into like that aspect of relationship building with NPCs and the like. God, am I out of chonk boy bodies pretty much?
I don't know. I'll keep an eye out. I don't know if there's more coming or not, but
I think there was more coming, but I just don't know if I think I only got like one extra Vader body, so because that's what I was thinking about using. I don't know if you'll see any more chonk boys out there.
I'm trying to think. Well, I think I've still seen. It's been a minute, but I feel like I've seen like Earthquake.
Yeah,
fooling around.
I do have a Captain Lou Albano body, and I got a couple of these bodies for Ram Man, but I don't think that works very well because it's just purple.
Yeah, you'd have to paint it or cover it.
Yeah. I guess I can at least look and see if it fits well.
Or I mean, you could. Yeah, I mean, you could make.
Well.
You could make the. Paint the skin tone on the head purple.
Yeah.
Should be a purple boy.
Yeah, I don't know. We wouldn't be having to dump this whole thing out to look. I don't know. It's just an interesting quandary I find myself in with it. It's like trying to figure out what works, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, because I do feel like the 3 pillars can be used across systems.
Oh, definitely.
Because I think they're a good kind of roadmap. I just don't know if I'm doing a very good job of representing them all.
I mean, when I've played with you, I feel like the balance is there. The thing that I would say, maybe gets a shorter shrift, and not necessarily, might just be because that shit's a pain in the ass to do. There's not a lot of like the problem solving is very like social interaction type stuff. It's not like here's a puzzle to solve.
Oh no, I steer clear of that shit. I do it very poorly.
And that's fine. It's not, it's not.
I don't know if you've ever heard the horror story of the year I tried to run a puzzle dungeon.
I have not.
Oh my god. I ran a puzzle dungeon at, I think, the second year of Extra Life. I was very pumped. I did so much. I did more work on that than I did for anything else that year. And this is back when I used to like tie all my Extra Life games together and into a giant like meta plot. And I used to do these big write-ups, and I'd find artwork and all this. Like, it was a big to do. I don't do that so much anymore because it just got to be a lot.
Well, yeah.
But I ran this puzzle dungeon, and I was very pleased with myself about how I thought it was going to be very good. And it was a 3-hour session, and they were done in an hour and 20 minutes. They went through those puzzles like a fucking hot knife through butter. It was so embarrassing. And I was so frustrated. It's one of the rare times any game I've ever had and I've run that I almost just quit. I literally almost just was like, we're done. It was bad. So at that point I was like, I'm never doing this again. God, I feel like the plot and everything was good, but you couldn't get to the plot because the session or the Like the puzzles were so poor that they were just like, and the whole thing was like the people who played in it were very much into puzzles.
Oh, okay.
So they were very much like, hell yeah. And I should have been, as soon as they said that, I should have been, oh, hell no.
Oh, yeah.
But it was bad. It was rough. Yeah, so that's definitively like a rule I now have. Is I'm not running a puzzle dungeon ever again. But yeah. I mean, when I say it was bad, Matt, I mean it was like embarrassingly bad. So anyway, I think our little chit chat this morning has been good. And I think I'm gonna go look for bodies that might work, kind of contemplate that. And I'm also going to maybe play a little bit of Stardew for relaxation's sake.
Nice.
Hope against hope that my wife finishes the basement shelving issues. So I can finally get that room to some semblance of usable. Sweetie, I love you. God, it's the curse of her ADHD. She will bust through a project till it's about 90% done and then be like, okay. And then I'll be like, yeah, but are you gonna finish the project?
Yeah,
What?
I've had to
Finish a project? What are you talking
have
about?
that conversation with Danny on some things because she loves like starting a project.
That's how Cassandra is.
Or she'll just get really excited about a part of a thing. And so it's like, okay, yeah, you tore up all the pavers in the back that kind of formed the patio that was there when we moved in. What were we going to do after that?
Yeah, what happens next?
So then we just ended up putting them all back. Or she, the cats like clawed at the carpet on the stairs, which is like, okay, yeah, this is a problem because you're going down the stairs and you're like getting your foot caught in this hole. The cat clawed into it. Let's see what's underneath there, and if you want to pull the carpet off the stairs, that's fine. I don't care. But we don't need to go crazy like refinishing them or whatever right away.
Mm-hmm.
Let's come up with a plan for
Yeah.
what that's going to look like, how we're going to do it.
See, Cassandra always has a plan. That's the scary part. There's always a plan. Like that's what I get shit about is my plans aren't good enough. But just because I've said this before, just because you have a plan, it doesn't make it a plan if it doesn't get seen to completion.
Yes, it does need to be executed.
Because my thing is that I do that annoys her is if I start, I must finish. So I don't like it. Like it's the same thing with like work. I cannot have shit on my inbox. I cannot have projects that aren't completed. This used to go with everything, and then I had someone kind of help me break this habit. Like I couldn't go to work if there were dishes in the sink.
Oh,
because I worked at a place where that was a big no-no.
Right.
So, and I'd had that drilled into my head. So there was a couple years where that was a problem at our house. Not things I'm extremely proud of, but I would just be like, I get hyper focused on things and I couldn't, not do them.
I mean,
it took a good 5-6 years to be broken of that habit where I could not be anxious about it. So
yeah, if you were in a place where that was, an important thing.
And now I think she would love if that habit came back. Anyway, Matthew, where can people find you on the lovely internet?
I'm here most Sundays. I'm on the Dave Wonder channel every other Tuesday, including this coming Tuesday, at least as far as I know. And that's me at the moment. I'm on. It's not bad.
No, I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah. I'm on I'm on the social medias, various places, but I'm not super active. So, if you need me, track me down, message me. But it's not.
That's active right here.
I gotta, you know, get some of the stuff going or not. Just decide how much I care.
I hear you.
How about you?
I'm here next Thursday. Holy shit, couple days off. Because we're in a weird month with 5 weeks. For Spoopy, we're talking Tremors. All things giants, claw
Ooh.
mouth stuff. You want to come hang out for that? That'll be pretty fun. A few years ago, we did a Tremors marathon at Doug's house, and Doug has a giant theater screen in his basement. It's got to be electronically rolled out. Um, I think it's a projection screen basically, and we watched all the Tremors movies, and I mean all of them, which is progressively more difficult as you go. And it was super fun though, and I do have a soft spot in my heart for Tremors. It's not even a soft spot; it's just a gaping wound of love of those monster movies. So we're going to talk Tremors, and I think the 2 weeks after that we're going to talk about Mummy movies because I really want to talk about Mummy movies. Or we'll talk Immortal Hulk, one or the other, because I'm dying to talk about Immortal Hulk. So anyway, I
Fucking great.
yeah, it's really good. It's one of my favorite runs ever.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
And it's a great horror comic.
Yes, I will have to. It's also a horror comic, but in a different sense. The current Hulk run, which has been pretty solid.
I know you said that before, like it had taken some cues from Ewing's run and kind of brought them back into the fold.
A little bit, but it's also just kind of like, well, there's this you know ancient evil that's awakening, and all these monsters are awakening, and it's really gone hard on the antagonism between because there was the Hulk run immediately after Immortal Hulk, where Banner essentially used technology or whatever to turn the Hulk into a mech suit. So after that, the Hulk is like, "No, fuck you! I'm going to kill you, Banner,
Yeah,
because
you used me.
You used me." So that it's a very antagonistic relationship between the two, more so than it's been in a while. Because there was always they never really liked each other, but there was some
Cold
sense.
War. There was a Cold War between them.
Yeah, with some sense of like, okay, well, this isn't great, but we know how to interact and work with each other and what each strengths are and whatever. And yeah, now it's just like, no, every time you turn into the Hulk, I'm gonna grab as much power as I can until you're just gone.
Banner fucked around and now he's finding out.
Yep.
All right. Well, I hope everyone has a good rest of their Sunday. Do something nice for yourself. Do something nice for somebody else. And remember, it's Bombas to you all. Promise.